Hi everyone. Welcome back to English Fab, where learning English is practical, useful, and fab. Today, we are going to explore vocabulary related to country life. Many learners find it difficult to talk about this topic fluently because they may not know the right words or phrases. Whether you're describing experiences, sharing opinions, or just trying to have a smooth conversation, expanding your vocabulary will make a big difference. In this lesson, we'll go over essential vocabulary related to country life and provide example sentences to help you understand how to use them naturally. All the words we cover in this video are also available on our English Fab website, so be sure to check it out for more learning resources. If you find English difficult, don't worry. You can translate the subtitles into English and your own language like this. Check the description below for extra details. Now, let's get started. Let's go over some essential vocabulary for country life. 1. Rural areas and landscape. Countryside, a large area outside cities and towns, often with open fields, farms, and small villages. Farmland, land used for growing crops or raising animals. Pasture, a grassy area where animals like cows and sheep graze. Barn, a large building used for storing crops and housing animals. Farmhouse, the main house on a farm usually surrounded by fields and barns. Village, a small community of houses, often found in rural areas. Meadow, a field covered with grass and wildflowers. Orchard, a piece of land where fruit trees are grown, like apple or orange trees. Forest, a large area filled with trees and wildlife. Riverbank, the land along the sides of a river. Dirt road, an unpaved road often found in rural areas. Rolling hills, small, gentle hills that spread across the landscape. Pond, a small body of water, often found on farms or in natural areas. Field, a large open area used for growing crops or raising animals. Ranch, a large farm where animals like cows and horses are raised. 2. Country living and daily life. Homesteading, living in a self-sufficient way by growing food and raising animals. Gardening, growing plants, vegetables, or flowers at home. Raising livestock, taking care of animals like cows, chickens, and sheep for food or farming. Milking cows, the process of collecting milk from cows on a farm. Harvesting, gathering crops like wheat, corn, or apples when they are ready. Horseback riding, riding horses for work or leisure. Beekeeping, taking care of bees to collect honey. Fishing, catching fish from lakes, rivers, or ponds. Hiking, walking through forests, hills, or mountains for exercise and enjoyment. Chopping wood, cutting wood for fireplaces or outdoor fires. Baking homemade bread, making fresh bread from scratch using simple ingredients. Living off the land, surviving by growing food and using natural resources. Waking up with the sunrise, starting the day early as the sun rises. Stargazing, watching the stars in the sky at night, often clearer in the countryside. Local farmers market, a place where farmers sell fresh fruits, vegetables, and handmade goods. 3. Animals and farming. Cattle, a group of cows raised for milk or meat. Sheep, farm animals that provide wool and meat. Goats, small farm animals often raised for milk or cheese. Chickens, farm birds that lay eggs and are used for meat. Pigs, farm animals raised for pork. Horses, large animals often used for riding or farm work. Hay bale, a large bundle of dried grass used to feed animals. Tractor, a farming machine used for plowing fields and carrying heavy loads. Scarecrow, a human-like figure placed in fields to scare birds away from crops. Plow, a tool used to turn over soil before planting crops. Crops, plants grown for food like wheat, corn, or vegetables. Dairy farm, a farm that produces milk from cows or goats. Henhouse, a small house where chickens live. Eggs, food produced by chickens, collected daily on farms. Beehive, a structure where bees live and make honey. Grain silo, a tall structure used for storing large amounts of grain. 4. Challenges and benefits of country life. Peace and quiet. Rural areas are calm and less noisy than cities. Fresh air. The air in the countryside is cleaner and less polluted. Self-sufficiency. Many people in rural areas grow their own food and live independently. Wide open spaces. There is a lot of land and space compared to crowded cities. Small town life. Close communities where most people know each other. Slower pace. Life in the countryside is less stressful and more relaxed. Isolation. Some rural areas are far from cities and services, making travel difficult. Fewer job opportunities. There are fewer workplaces compared to big cities. Long distances. People often have to travel far for groceries, schools, or hospitals. Reliance on nature. Weather and seasons play a big role in farming and rural life. Rural traditions. Many countryside areas have strong traditions and a deep connection to history. Now that we've covered the essential country life vocabulary, let's see how these words are used in real-life situations. Practicing sentences like these will help you speak naturally and confidently. 1. Rural areas and landscape. The countryside is peaceful and full of beautiful scenery. This sentence describes the calm and quiet nature of rural areas. Use peaceful to talk about places with little noise or stress, and scenery to describe beautiful landscapes. A small village can be the perfect escape from city life. Escape from city life means getting away from the busy and noisy environment of urban areas. This phrase is great for talking about relaxation and travel. 2. Country living and daily life. We spent the afternoon fishing by the river. Spent the afternoon is a useful phrase to talk about how you use your time. This sentence also highlights fishing as a popular outdoor activity in rural areas. My grandparents enjoy gardening and growing their own vegetables. Growing their own vegetables refers to self-sufficiency, a common part of country life. This phrase can also be useful when talking about healthy eating and sustainability. 3. Animals and farming. Every morning, I help feed the chickens on the farm. Every morning is a common way to talk about daily routines. This sentence also introduces feeding chickens, a typical farm chore. The farmer uses a tractor to plow the fields. Plow the fields means preparing the land for planting crops. This phrase is useful when discussing agriculture or farming practices. 4. Challenges and benefits of country life. I love the fresh air and peaceful environment of rural life. Fresh air is often used to describe the clean and unpolluted atmosphere in the countryside. This sentence contrasts rural and city life in a positive way. Living in the countryside means fewer job opportunities, but a better quality of life. Fewer job opportunities highlights a common challenge in rural areas, while better quality of life suggests that the benefits, like lower stress and cleaner surroundings, can outweigh the challenges. That's it for today's lesson. I hope these words and phrases help you feel more confident when talking about country life. The more you practice, the easier it will be to use these words naturally in conversations. If you want to review this lesson, don't forget to check out our English Fab website, where you'll find more vocabulary lists, example sentences, and learning tips. Keep practicing by using these words in your daily conversations, and don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Okay, thanks for watching today's lesson on English Fab. I hope you found these English tips useful and feel more confident. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Fab English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing and stay Fab.